victories, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands and stormy shore seasons in the year, yeah. Ain't no challenge for champions and chain no fear. Yup, the champ is here, switch gears, with keeping haters in the rear. At the blood, sweat and tears and my goal so near. I see my victory so clear. I see my victory so clear.
Anyone for tea?
Don't you early on to give everyone a bit of a lift. And they get the wicket. Breakthrough there from Ben Cox. Yeah, you can only bat like that if you've got one injured leg.
Well, they're confident about this, and he's gone. No. That's gone high, should be out. Ben Cox takes the
count. Plenty of players who can bat. Morris should get the wicket. He does. Got one.
Is
quite
it?
Tall, I don't know. Big appeal from Morris. And he's got Dixon. LBW. You have your seat, your designated seat, and you don't move from it. Supposedly.
Picked up, might have found the man, he has! Brett D'Oliveira. Inside the circle. Slower ball, up in the air, who wants it? It's been the key.
Ben Rain moving round his stumps. He's got hold of that one. That's gone over Ross Whiteley's head. Comes back from the crowd. This one should be taken by Ricky Vessels though, as he gets there just in time. Dives down. Difficult catch in the end.
I mean, it looked a bad injury at the start, but what's the latest on that? What can you tell us?
Well, I don't want to be...
Brilliant work, that's a tremendous...
And that sort of thing, and you know, that sort of recruitment. George Scrimshaw was one who actually, unfortunately, that's a massive hit.
That's all the way.
Nice to see.
But they were chipping away, as you say. That's where the wickets fall. No big partnerships.
Yeah, right, okay. Well, that's
other than the...
Pretty dark too.
This one hit high. Has he got all of it? 9 wickets in hand, at least in their favour. D'Oliveira whips it away.
30 to win.
It'll be a record-breaking evening for both of them out there at the moment. D'Oliveira just gets it over.
Bell tonight. Matty Potts helped on its way, might be out, and is off 5. Cox on strike, and he's got it away. That might be all the way. It is 13 so far, but what a 13 it's been. 2 to win. There it is, to the fence it goes. Ben Cox punches the air in delight, and he sees the Worcestershire Rapids home to a much needed morale boosting victory after their horror experiences.
train under trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands and stormy shore seasons in the year. Yeah, ain't no challenge for champions and chain no fear. Yeah, the champ is here. Switch gears with keeping hitters in the rear. After blood, sweat and tears, and my goal so near. I see my victory so clear. I see my victory so clear.
Anyone for tea?
Don't you early on to give everyone a bit of a lift. And they get the wicket. Breakthrough there from Ben Cox. Yeah, you can only bat like that if you've got one injured leg.
Well, they're confident about this, and he's gone. No. That's gone high, should be out. Ben Cox takes the
hand. Plenty of players who can bat. Morris should get the wicket. He does. Got one.
Is
quite
it?
tall, I don't know. Big appeal from Morris. And he's got Dixon. LBW. You have your seat, your designated seat, and you don't move from it. Supposedly.
Picked up, might have found the man, he has! Brett Oliveira. Inside the circle. Slower ball, up in the air. Who wants it? It's been the key.
Ben Rain moving round his stumps. He's got hold of that one. That's gone over Ross Whiteley's head. Comes back from the crowd. This one should be taken by Ricky Vessels though, as he gets there just in time. Dives down. Difficult catch in the end.
I mean, it looked a bad injury at the start, but what's the latest on that? What can you tell us?
Well, don't want to be...
Brilliant work, that's a tremendous...
and that sort of thing, and you know, that sort of recruitment. George Scrimshaw was one who actually, unfortunately, that's a massive hit.
That's all the way.
Nice to see.
But they were chipping away, as you say. That's where the wickets fall. No big partnership.
Yeah, right, okay, well that's
Other than the...
Pretty dark too.
This one hit high. Has he got all of it? 9 wickets in hand, at least in their favour. Oliveira whips it away.
30 to win.
It'll be a record-breaking evening for both of them out there at the moment. Oliveira just gets it over.
Bell tonight. Matty Potts helped on its way, might be out, and is off 5. Cox on strike, and he's got it away. That might be all the way. It is 13 so far, but what a 13 it's been. 2 to win. There it is, to the fence it goes. Ben Cox punches the air in delight, and he sees the Worcestershire Rapids home to a much needed morale boosting victory after their horror experiences. Alright, good afternoon everybody and welcome to New Road as the race for a top 4 place in North Group in this year's Vitality Blast continues as the Worcestershire Rapids take on the Leicestershire Foxes in round 9 this afternoon, and both these sides come into this match off the back of terrific performances. Durham, of course, put away by 8 wickets in the last match for the Rapids, and Leicestershire, what you could argue, they're one of the most dangerous teams in the group at the moment. After a wretched start when the Foxes lost their first 5 matches, they've now won 3 in a row off the back of some powerful batting performances, beating the Northants Steelbacks by 34 runs, Derbyshire by 42 runs, and perhaps most impressively in their last game, group leaders Yorkshire Vikings by 34 runs, with a couple of totals 200 or more. So it's going to be a tough test for the Rapids today, but the carrot is there for them because at the moment they're in 6th spot on 8 points, but the only match going on today in North Group, and that means a win for the home side will take them into 4th spot above Birmingham Bears into that last place qualifying for the quarter-finals. Still, of course, lots of cricket to come between now and the final reckoning as to who will fill those last 8 spots for the knockout phase coming in August. I'm Dan Wheeler, and Sally Bentley-Reid, as always, my co-commentator. Hi, Sal.
Good afternoon, Dan.
You alright?
I'm very well, thank you.
You've been out there, haven't you? Well, not really, but you've had your eyes on the toss.
I have.
And the
I have
teams.
Indeed. Teams and toss news coming up. So the toss took place around 15 minutes ago, with Worcestershire winning it and deciding to bowl this afternoon at New Road. Both teams unchanged from their last games on Friday. So for the Worcestershire Rapids this afternoon, number 15 Brett D'Oliveira, number 99 Ricky Vessels, number 2 Jake Libby, the Rapids captain and wicketkeeper number 10 Ben Cox, number 44 Ross Whiteley, number 27 Darryl Mitchell, number 30 Ed Barnard, number 7 Ben Dorcius, number 18 Ish Sodhi, number 31 Charlie Morris, and number 22 Dylan Pennington. And for the visitors this afternoon, Leicestershire Foxes are made up of number 95 keeping wicket Josh Inglis, number 55 Scott Steele, number 7 Aaron Lilly, number 48 the Leicestershire Foxes captain Colin Ackerman, number 23 Lewis Hill, number 26 Rishi Patel, number 17 Louis Kimber, number 8 Ben Mike, number 10 Callum Parkinson, number 78 Naveen Ul-Haq, and number 93 Gavin Griffiths.
The Rapids were terrific last time out against Durham. A great all-round performance. 3 personal bests in that game for Brett D'Oliveira, Jake Libby and Charlie Morris with the ball. This game against the Foxes, who are in 8th spot below them obviously in the table, the motivation for them is just as acute really, because a win for the Foxes today takes them to within just a point of Birmingham in 4th spot. We know the margins are tiny in this form of the game, Sal, but it's so important to back it up, isn't it, today?
It is, like you say, that it was a fantastic performance by the Rapids, and that's what they needed. They'd had a run of 4 without a win. They had to break that, and they did it with some style on Friday night. But the Leicestershire Foxes, again, as you mentioned, coming into it in real form. They lost their first 5 games in this competition, but then have gone on a run of 3 great wins against the Steelbacks, Derbyshire Falcons and Yorkshire Vikings on Friday. So I think, it's so much is said about momentum in this form of the game, especially. I think coming off the back of those 3 wins, Worcestershire had to get that win on Friday to make this hopefully another really fantastic game. But Worcestershire will very much want to win. They haven't lost at home, so those defeats have come away from New Road. So hopefully they'll be as confident as they can be going into this afternoon.
Yeah, because the Foxes come here with a real spring in their step, you'd imagine, with those 3 wins over some decent opponents and some very good batting as well from Josh Inglis at the top of the order, Scott Steele, Aaron Lilly, Colin Ackerman. I mean, the list almost goes on, and Callum Parkinson's in brilliant form with the ball as well. So we're about 10 minutes away from the start here at New Road. But there is an extra twist to today's game as well, because those of you who are familiar with the new Worcestershire shirts this season will know that the Morgan Motor Company is the club's main sponsor this year, but it's handed over the sponsorship to the charity St Richard's Hospice for today's fixture. Worcestershire County Cricket Club working of course with St Richard's Hospice as its official charity partner during 2021, and the club has several initiatives planned throughout the year to help raise funds and the profile of the Worcester based charity.
What I remember the most about first finding out is that when you woke up, every morning you woke up and you thought, you had that moment before you remembered, and then you'd remember and go, oh, it's not a dream. This is the reality.
You actually don't know what's going on at that point, really, and also you don't know who to go to, really, and so it can be quite frightening. Sorry.
I was devastated with the diagnosis. It changed my life.
It's a real lonely feeling. You're on your own, really, and even though you might have a great friends and family support network, you're not really a member of society anymore.
As life progresses, it was like we were in a really good place.
We were starting to peak, I think, and then it just all of a sudden all got knocked.
And then everything just totally went.
It was a phone call on our daughter's birthday, and they phoned up and said, I'm sorry to tell you over the phone, but we found something on the x-ray.
We found some tumours. And so I've been terminal for about 2.5 years, and now treatment's been stopped now.
My husband was diagnosed with 2 cancers, neither of which were curable. So it was quite shocking for him and me to get that diagnosis.
Never expected, of course, to get breast cancer. I don't think anybody does. Unfortunately, it didn't stop away. It actually moved into my neck, up to my brain, and now it's spread down into my abdominal cavity.
I don't really speak to anybody because I don't like to upset anybody or burden anybody else.
And you didn't have anyone.
I didn't.
And that was when we got referred to St Richard's, because they could then provide that level of support that you needed, that we all needed going forward, but at first it was you, wasn't it?
My idea of a hospice was actually walking in and not actually coming out again. So I said, well, I'm not terribly keen on going to the hospice. And she said, well, how about seeing if the hospice can come to you?
When I need support, when I maybe need some emotional support, some counselling, you know, St Richard's is there to help me through that.
I think the variety of help that you can get here is just incredible. I mean, I've had my eyes opened.
None of it was about dying. Everything was about living. That's what it was about, and that's what it is about.
I was so very poorly, and the inpatient unit helped me with my pain and sickness, so I can get on with living.
And then Marina appeared in my life. She gives me the confidence to try and to do things for myself. I don't rely on her, but I know when I need her, and I don't know what I would have done without her.
The Men's Space group has been really a key part of my life for the last 2 years. I've made some really good friends, and you know, we talk and meet outside of the group as well.
I think the children have been so very well supported.
I've been bringing them to the water bugs, the group work. As an adult or a child, you might think that your child isn't going through the same emotions, but they're going through exactly the same feelings, same emotions.
Yeah.
And it was really useful then to enable me to talk to them.
Once I met my counsellor, Lucinda, she's really helped me understand that it's normal.
I originally came to live in Wales quite a while before I started day hospice. Learned how to sort of control how much you do each day, so you don't get completely tired out and then end up having 2 or 3 days in bed.
The support St. Richard's has offered me allows me to remain at home with my family and friends, which has made all the difference.
St. Richard's for me is a bit of a lifeline, really. It supports my family, which gives me a lot of comfort.
It is that place to go that you know that you'll be safe, there'll be somebody there to help you.
Whether you need physical support, emotional support, whether you just want to talk to somebody, St. Richard's is the place to go to. And for me, you know, it's that rock, if you like, that thing that guides you on the journey that still is in front of you.
decent start, only 5 runs coming off it. Here comes Dylan Pennington. Yeah, English 285 runs at 40, strike rate of 170. Steele 244 runs at 34. Steele facing, it's his 3rd appearance against the Rapids. Has a high score of 31. 5 without loss. Third man is Charlie Morris, and a deep square leg was Ross Whiteley. The 2 boundary riders for Dylan Pennington. That'll be 4. Just backed away a little bit, Scott Steele. Gave himself some room outside the leg stump and eased it through to the unprotected cover boundary. Second 4 of this Foxes innings, up to 9 without loss. Not a word from Ben Dorsius. We saw that a bit a couple of days ago, didn't we? Dorsius having a chat with Pennington at various junctures.
Yeah, I think he has with a number of the bowlers, hasn't he? Just bit of coaching.
Suggested a field change because covers dropped back to the fence, Ed Barnard. Interesting to see. I mean, Dorsius obviously feeling more at home. He said he settled in to life at New Road pretty well. Certainly shown on the field with his performances. Admitted it took him a while to get used, principally to the wickets over here. And there's the first scoop shot from Steele, and it's just short. That was decent execution. He's been watching Ben Cox closely. That was an inch or 2 away from 6 runs. Steele up to 9. Triggers another conflab between Dorsius and Pennington.
I think, as you mentioned, it's the pace of the wickets, wasn't it, really, that he wasn't used to. He hadn't played any cricket in England before.
Yeah, he knows that he's got to bowl it slightly fuller here than in Australia. Third man is up, but still able to come through. Seeing what's in front of you and learning, isn't it, and adjusting. And that's what he's been saying. It's yeah, taking a bit of time, but he's had to go away and problem solve, and he's done that splendidly. Second best figures ever in T20 cricket against Yorkshire. There goes the ramp again. It's just over Sodhi to the fence, and 4 more for Steele to end the over. Leicestershire up to 18 without loss after 2 overs, so 13 coming from that first over from Dylan Pennington. And the ramp shot is actually working.
Two more have. Dorsius now having a little chat with Charlie Morris. I suppose it's all just knowledge sharing, isn't it? Dorsius continues from the New Road end. This one. Didn't time it. I suppose in that respect there's an element of Dorsius learning from Morris, Pennington, Barnard as well about the wickets at New Road. So
yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, despite his pedigree and what he's done in the Big Bash, he's got to come here and sort of almost have a clean slate.
And again, they take a single.
In terms of kind of, well, tell me how it works here, guys. What have I got to do? What are the secrets?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. He'll be picking the brains of his teammates. But you can tell, ever since really the Notts game, really, how much he's sort of grown and become the leader, really, in many ways.
Bowling his left arm over and that runs away. I don't think they got anything on it.
We've got 8 wickets so far. Economy rate is 8.72. Anything under 9.
Which gradually come down a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's only Morris who's got more wickets than him. Morris is into double figures thanks to his career best 3 for 37 on Friday.
And this time again, mixing up the pace.
Yeah, again, a bit slower. Looking to put that somewhere near the Graham Hick Pavilion.
He's got over 90 wickets in his T20 career, hasn't he? With the Big Bash. So, plenty of experience. 26 years old. This time, full toss. Can Whiteley get round to cut it off? He can. He come back for 2.
Picked up 4 catches as well, hasn't he, Dorcius? So far this season, second only to Ricky Vessels.
7.
7.
He got 4 in one match, didn't he?
Certainly did, so.
He should have had a 5th.
Yep.
That was the tricky one that injured his finger. Again, experienced bowling there from Dorcius. Just getting the ball to lift away, but I think a little bit of pace off it. End of the 3rd over. 22 without loss for Foxes.
Yeah,
13
very good.
to steal.
Yeah, very good indeed. Just 4 runs coming off that second over from Ben Dorcius. Just puts the brakes on a little bit. I'm going to see Charlie Morris replacing Pennington, who's only over so far, has gone for 18.
You say about what someone like Ben Dorcius then brings to the team and what the Worcestershire bowlers can learn from him. Obviously, Dorcius having another chat now with Charlie Morris, planning the field, and it's something over the years, isn't it? All the overseas players Worcestershire have managed to have here, a great sort of pedigree of player that's brought a lot to the Worcestershire team, and especially the younger members as they learn the game.
Especially the Australians as well.
Yeah.
Immediately a slower ball from Morris, but dispatched to the point boundary nicely by English. Just waited for that. Saw that Morris had took the pace off the ball and adjusted accordingly and opened the face and steered it perfectly through the gap. Point. He's up to double figures now. 13 with his 3rd boundary. .82 and 103 not out, which is a career best for English so far. Yorkshire born, but raised in Perth, Western Australia. Done well for the Perth Scorchers in the BBL as well. Had his best season recently, 415 runs at 34. Pulled away, it's in the air, but it's wide enough for Vish Sodhi. And 4 more. And he's taking a liking to Charlie Morris here. Second 4 of the over.
The boundaries coming relatively easily in this power play.
There's Morris. Oh, and looking again at that wide area towards square leg. Ross Whiteley's come in now to orthodox square leg by the umpire. So there's an inviting gap out there for Inglis.
Yeah, a lot of space in these first 6 overs to pick out, isn't it, if you clear the men on the circle.
Well, the 2 men out in the deep now are a direct consequence of the ramp shots, because it's third man and fine leg. So the Rapids have put their eggs in that basket at the moment. Is this going to be 4 as well? I think Sodhi might. No, he's beaten to it again. Down there at wide, fine leg. Well, this makes it quite tough for Charlie Morris as well, because his margin for error has shrunk even more, because they know there's all that acreage on that onside and offside for that matter. So if he's slightly short, he knows if he can get inside the line of the ball and help it round, then chances are Sodhi's quite fine there, so he's not going to have much of a chance to get round. And sure enough, the Rapids have had enough of that tactic. Up comes third man into the circle. Whiteley goes back to the fence at square leg. Sodhi stays where he is. Last ball of the over. Again, it's a slower one. Attempt to throw down the stumps from Libby. 34 without loss after 4 overs. Morris now 1 over for 12.
Josh Inglis wasn't happy with himself for missing out on that one. He wanted to have got it, I think, a little bit finer in between Libby and Pennington there. Smacked his bat after he missed out.
A bit tough on himself there, really, because that's a tight gap between those 2 fielders.
Pennington going to try his luck from the other end, from the New Road end. And does. He gets the wicket of Scott Steele. Caught behind by Ben Cox, a diving catch. Brilliantly taken. You could hear the noise from here. And fine comeback by Dylan Pennington. Get the first wicket for the Rapids.
Oh, it was a beauty. Absolute crackerjack from Dylan Pennington. Bit of pace, bit of lift, and a bit of movement as well off the seam. Took the outside edge, and Cox, a good grab to his right actually, because that was travelling. Did well to snaffle that, and a very, very good first wicket for Worcestershire. Terrific ball from Dylan Pennington. Change of ends has worked for him. First over went for 18 from the Diglas end, but the New Road end has brought in some immediate reward. Wicket with his first ball. And Steele's gone for 13. And again, like they did on Friday against Durham, the Rapids not letting innings get away from them in terms of the batsmen looking dangerous. Managed to nip a few in the bud on Friday. They've done that with Steele again.
Aaron Lilly in. Gets off the mark with his first ball.
Inglis is looking tasty though, isn't he? 20 of his 21 have come in boundaries.
We were saying before, confidence of the Foxes will be up as well. 3 wins from 3. Half an appeal by Dylan Pennington there. And his follow through.
Yeah, might have been a bit of bat on that. Or perhaps height might have been an issue as well. Leg side and bat, otherwise it was plumb.
Take all those other factors out. And his lone half appeal.
Yes. Well, does it matter, does it? As long as someone appeals.
Well, someone.
A third man could appeal.
Pennington again. That one seems to zip through to Ben Cox, and Inglis bat out at shoulder height.
As always, we're open for business for your thoughts as well throughout the game. Hashtag Rapids is where you can send your thoughts on social media.
Pennington bowls him. A fantastic over from Dylan Pennington coming back. Has bowled the dangerous Josh Inglis for 21. He goes for 21 off 12. Missed the delivery before, and full and straight by Dylan Pennington. Straight into the stumps. Brilliant comeback by Dylan Pennington after going for 18 in his first over.
What are we saying, Sal? We're just saying that they just have this knack at the moment, the Rapids, of just nipping out these bats when they're just starting to look dangerous. I mentioned they did it several times to the Durham top order, and now they've done it so far for Steele and Inglis. 21 of 13, 20 of his 21 runs coming in boundaries. He was looking really threatening, and Pennington's got through his defences with another quick delivery. Inglis looking to play it through mid-wicket, but beaten for pace. 35 for 2. Terrific comeback this from the Rapids and Pennington in particular.
Colin Ackerman, Fox's captain, in. Off the mark straight away. Wants 2. Throw from... Oh, I think that could have been tight. If that had been certainly with a direct hit, and one possibly a bit close for Pennington to take. Did his best, because I think Lily could have been struggling there. But just 3 from that Dylan Pennington over, and the 2 wickets to get rid of the 2 openers, Scott Steele and Josh Inglis, for 13 and 21 respectively. And real credit to Pennington after his first over.
You got to love his celebrations as well, haven't you, Pennington? Everything is like he's won the World Cup. Every wicket he takes.
Enthusiasm.
Brilliant.
Being young.
Oh, to be young and enthusiastic,
yeah.
Sal.
I remember it.
Morris.
But his head could have dropped, couldn't it? If he changed ends, given another over.
Yeah, maybe it's something about the new road end he likes.
Why didn't he start?
Well, that is a very good question.
But no. Dorsh's, with his 2 overs as well, gone for 9, haven't they? So, not that he'd done badly.
Ben Cox captaining the side again, of course, today. In the absence of Moeen Ali. Played a key role with the bat on Friday night. Only scored 17, but hit the winning runs and just came in and bossed the situation when it was looking like it might get a bit squeaky. Delivering a huge win. And the Rapids need to back it up today, and they've struck again. Morris this time, 38 for 3, and Ackerman with a ugly swat across the line has lost his stumps, and he's got to go. And a promising start from the Leicestershire Foxes has become more tatty now. 38 for 3, Ackerman gone for a couple.
Yeah, fantastic ball from Charlie Morris. As you say, Dan, they were looking dangerous. The 2 openers, but it's chipping away, isn't it? Getting those wickets.
Well, the old adage, bowl it straight, you miss, I hit. It worked for Charlie Morris there. Rishi Patel is the new batsman. 9th T20 career appearance only for him today. He's averaging 23. His strike rate's decent though, 127 so far this season. Slip in place for him. And immediately tested with a cracking delivery from Charlie Morris. There's good captaincy here from Cox as well, sensing the possibility here to really kick the door down. Daryl Mitchell in at first slip. Couple of balls left in the power play. Third man and square leg, the boundary riders. And Mitchell in at slip.
Chances decrease rapidly, don't they, if you lose 3 or more in the power play.
Is that right? Sounds like you've done some kind of scientific based research on that.
But we won't mention the game at Headingley on that basis.
There's always a game or 100 to disprove that, isn't there? Single to end the over. Another very good one from the Rapids. Another successful one. Only 2 runs coming from it. And another wicket. 39 for 3. Leicestershire with some repair work to do here. But they've still got Aaron Lilly in, who hit 99 in the last game. A terrific win over Yorkshire off 55 balls, 9 fours and 4 sixes. His new career best. Knows what it takes as well to win this competition, having done so with Lancashire back in 2015.
Pennington going to have another over from the New Road end. Bowling to Patel. Look for a quick single, but Mitchell fielding smartly. Mitchell playing just his 2nd game of the T20 this season, having come in for Tom Fell for Friday's match against Durham. Pennington again, full and looking quick from this end. Looking sharp in the field again, the Rapids. Nothing they could do with most of those ramp shots and boundaries early on. And there's only 2 men out. Pennington again, straight, and Patel can't work it away. Libby in quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth looking at Leicestershire's run. I mean, it's incredible, really. Lost the first 5 against Lancashire, Derbyshire, Durham, Yorkshire and Birmingham. 16 runs against Lancashire, 23 runs against Derbyshire, 2 wickets against Durham. 18 runs in the first game against Yorkshire, 35 runs against the Bears, and then the 3 wins in a row. Northants by 34 after racking up 200 for 2. Derbyshire by 42 runs, comfortable there again, 174 for 8 they made. And then perhaps the most impressive, last game against Yorkshire, 207 for 3, winning by 34.
Pennington, that was slightly in the air from Patel, short of Mitchell. Well, yeah, 3 times 200 plus this year, and with 2 of those were in defeat, weren't they? They chased, couldn't quite get the Yorkshire total.
Yeah, They got 204 they finished with in that
Yeah.
defeat against Yorkshire.
It was a tight game. Got close, but not close enough. This one flicked away. Down to hind leg. End of Dylan Pennington's third over.
Just one
Just
coming
one.
from it. Great stuff again, and the subdued start made by the Leicestershire Foxes continues. 40 for 3. Pennington 2 for 17 from his 3 overs.
Yeah, and the first one went for 13. So great comeback from him after he changed ends. Sodi into the attack.
He had his best performance in a rapid shirt on Friday night. 40 for 3. 7 overs gone. Straight away, giving it a bit of air.
Yeah, he didn't actually have his best night up at Headingley, did he? Sodi, but he's did well on Friday against Durham.
Yeah, 2 for 37. First time he's taken 2 wickets in a game this season. Holds that one back a touch, and they want to run here. They're not going to get it. That's interesting. Well, that would have hit. If Sodi had left that, we were right behind it, and that was going to hit the stumps. Whether Patel would have been back.
I was hitting middle stump.
It was, yeah. I think he'd have been okay. Uses his feet this time. Good work by Morris in the deep. Restricts them to just a single.
That raises the question then, doesn't it? Where do you stand when you're taking the ball?
Well, this is it.
Stump,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, technically speaking, he should be behind the stump, shouldn't he? I'm not going to go and tell Sodi that though.
No. Wasn't there one in the international T20s this week? I'm sure there was, where someone would have hit if they were standing the wrong side, then, if you want to call it that. It would have hit.
Well, it would have had to have been a loud call as well from long on for Sodi to leave it.
Mm.
But he got in the way, and had he left it and hit the stumps, I think Rishi Patel would have made it. Straighter this time, but hasn't found the fence again. End of the over, 44 for 3, so just 4 runs coming from that first over from the New Zealand international. 8 overs gone. Leicestershire 44 for 3. The men out. Steele for 13, Inglis for 21, and Ackerman, the skipper, for 2. 2 for Pennington and 1 for Charlie Morris. And Pennington's going to bowl out here.
He is, again, full and straight, that one would seem. Worked out to Libby.
But sometimes you've got to have a feel for that, haven't you? I mean, the captain will know that he's hot at the moment, and
He's in the
being
rhythm.
his thought, to think maybe I should keep him back for the later overs. But he's bowling so well. The momentum and the force you feel is with Pennington, so yeah, let him go.
So, trying to come down the wicket slightly for that one. Doesn't work. Well, that's why it's a format of the game where you've got to be so flexible, haven't you, with your batting lineup, your bowling decisions. So often you see these days in T20 no one getting sort of sometimes 2 back-to-back overs.
It's quite rare, isn't it? I mean, it's sort of de rigueur these days to bowl one and then have a blow.
Yeah. Pennington again. As you say, if he's in the rhythm, bowling well, with 3 down, keep that attack going.
But we've seen that already, haven't we? Cox bringing in that slip a couple of overs ago, feeling the game situation, knowing that Leicestershire are rocking. There's another wicket, piles the pressure on.
We can get rid of Lily here. Stabs it down. Keeping to 1 though.
He's got a lot on his plate as well, hasn't he?
Again by Ricky Vessels. He has.
Keeping wicket, trying to think about bowling tactics, fielding positions.
Also, he's the opposite
catching
end
the
from his
ball.
he's the opposite end from his bowler, isn't he? So you can't easily just have a quick chat, can you? Is that his first or second catch behind the stumps in this season? The dot ball. Pennington doing well here. I think.
You see, that's annoying. You see, because I started making a note of catches and stumpings.
I had a feeling he'd got 1, and then I thought perhaps that was the first because
yeah, the stumping against Northants.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, the stumping, because you don't get many behind the stumps in T20, do you? I think he has had 1. Pennington, final ball of his 4 overs. Patel goes for a big swish. And a dot ball to end Dylan Pennington's spell. 4 overs for 20 with the 2 wickets.
Yeah, great stuff. Yep, and he's getting a fully justified round of applause from the 1,000 or so members in today, and a pat on the back from Jake Libby. Terrific afternoon's work from him so far. He will hope, of course, that his work is done apart from the fielding.
7 wickets for him, isn't it, this season now in the T20?
47 for 3, just 3 runs off that last over. The squeeze continues. It's in the air, this could be in trouble, and it's very well held. Another wicket, Lily's gone this time. 99 not out in the last game, but just half a dozen today. Very well judged by Darryl Mitchell, out at long on. Ricky Vessels, beg his pardon. Another catch for Ricky Vessels.
He's going to end up with the most catches.
8 this season for him now. The Rapids tighten their grip on this game, in the early stages at least.
What were we just saying, if you could get rid of Lily, next over they do.
And Vessels is a very safe pair of hands. I know he's dropped a couple, but that happens by and large. Pretty reliable. Another one bagged today. That's short, but just a single.
You're not going to get through a whole seasonal competition without some going down, are you?
No.
The one when he would have got the 5 catches was, you know, he probably would have taken ordinarily, but it wasn't a complete dolly, was it?
No, that would have given him the record. He equalled Darryl Mitchell's record of 4 catches in one match. No way through there either. Sodhi's tying them up nicely here. Two relatively new balls. Patel's been in for what, 16 balls, so he's had a bit of a look. But the new man, Lewis Hill, he's only batted once in the last 3 games, Lewis Hill, so he's bound to be a little bit rusty. And he's away now, though.
Well, Patel hasn't found it easy, has he, either 6 or 16?
No. Same wicket that they used on Friday against Durham. Saw him coming a touch there. Sodhi. Just the one run to end another probing over, and the 50 is up for Leicestershire, but it's taken them half their allotted overs to get there. 10 gone, 10 to go, 50 for 4, just 3 runs coming off that over.
As you said, Dan, really just squeezing the Leicestershire Foxes attempt to build up their runs this afternoon here at New Road. I wondered as well whether in Cox's decision they had a slight eye on the weather, because at one point there was the chance of rain coming in sort of early evening. Ed Barnard for his first over, hit over the top, just over the stretched hands of Ish Sodhi, and away for 4. Sodhi at mid-off on the edge of the circle, not too far over his outstretched hands.
That was close. A taller man than Ish Sodhi might have got that with a leap. Well, he's one of the tallest in the team, isn't he, Sodhi? Having said that, I mean, if Pennington had been there, or maybe Dorcius, he might have at least been able to tip it over the bar, maybe. But it was tight.
This time along the ground, and just the single. Oh no, they're coming back for a second. Decent throw from Sodhi. Barnard at the stumps, but Hill was back.
Could be on for a notable double today, Ed Barnard. 1 wicket needed for 50. He's pretty close to 500 runs as well. Be nice to do in the same match.
Indeed.
Yeah, he's 15 away with the bat.
Barnard to Hill, trying some sort of ramp shot.
I like there was Cox, that was good, because he saw him trying to the ramp shot, obviously premeditated, has to be, and Cox just sort of, not quite a full-on Peter Schmeichel starfish, but just tried to get in the way as much as he could. That was good.
Well, he was there so early and then had to wait for the delivery.
Because he tried to ramp the slower ball, I think. So it was like, that is slow.
Waiting and waiting, but
yeah.
couldn't make anything happen. Nothing he could do with the next delivery from Ed Barnard. Full and straight. Last ball of his first over. Goes for the cut away. Doesn't time it at all. Patel. He stays on 14. Taken 22 deliveries to get there. 58 for 4 off 11, the Leicestershire Foxes. So 8 coming off that over.
Another change. Darryl Mitchell making his 106th 72nd appearance today. He's a couple of wickets away from a notable milestone as well. 98 T20 wickets for him. But the Leicestershire run rate at the moment is just over 5. So they're going to have to find a significant acceleration from somewhere.
He's bowled 379 overs in his T20 career.
Well, that's gone very high. Is it far enough though? Doesn't look like it. No! Found the bucket safe hands of Ross Whiteley. And Darryl Mitchell has struck on 99 T20 wickets now. And another wicket goes. And the Rapids continue to turn the screw. 59 for 5. Brings another wicket. And Rishi Patel has got to go. Out for 14. And now they are going to get 2 new batsmen in terms of they've not been in very long, because Patel had hung around for 23 balls. Lewis Hill is joined by Louis Kimber. He's playing his first season in maiden season in first class cricket, having coming through minor counties with Lincolnshire. Ready to face his first delivery. Faced anything quite like Darryl Mitchell's bowling before? Is it a spinner? Is it a cutter? Is it a floater?
The mystery bowling.
Well, he's away at least, off the mark. 60 for 5. And a dream start here for well, it's more than a start, isn't it?
Well,
halfway through the innings now.
A run rate of just over 5. 12 overs gone.
Very good first set of 6 from Darryl Mitchell. A wicket and just 3 runs conceded. And no Worcestershire bowler has conceded more than 7 runs so far in terms of their rate per over. Dorsch is 2 overs for 9. Pennington's bowled out 4 overs 2 for 20. Morris 2 overs 1 for 14. Sodhi's bowled 2 overs 1 for 7. Ed Barnard just a 1 over so far that's cost 7. And that first over from Darryl Mitchell, 3 runs and 1 wicket. 61 for 5.
Barnard starts his second over. Drops the chance back to him. Foxes 61 for 5. So push for a quick single, a chance of a run out. Appealing, throw from Sodhi. In at the stumps taken by Cox.
Oh yes, just seen a replay of that. Caught and bowled.
Yeah.
Won't get an easier chance to make it 50
happy with
wickets.
himself,
No.
and understandably so. Have made it 6 down. Come back well though. Put it out of his mind. And Kimber have a word. Kimber gives a message down the wicket. Barnard. Good delivery there. No run possible. Fox is struggling this afternoon after a positive start. Barnard, fairly straight delivery, slightly on their legs, works away. Ricky Vessels does the fielding, keeps him to a single. 1 ball to go of the 13th over. Still only 64 for 5. The Foxes who come into this game on a great run of form. This one cut away short of Slody, who shies at the stumps. And by his reaction, he's down on his knees, smacking the ground. We can't tell from here, but I can only imagine that must have been pretty close to the 6th wicket. Well, 65 for 5. That really should have been 65 for 6 in that over. Chance back at Ed Barnard. Admittedly, never easy in your follow through, but the way that looped up to him, that wasn't one that was hit hard back at him, and disappointed not to have taken that chance.
Yeah, for sure. 7 overs to go. That's in the air, but nicely through the gap. Barnard out at deep cover. They come through for a couple. Yeah, it's Kimber dropped when he had 2. Run rate just over 5. Very, very good position still for the Rapids. We'll look for 2 here. That seems a bit daft. Vessels comes in at a rate of knots. Of course, Leicestershire at that stage where they daren't take any ridiculous risks. Still got 7 overs to go, including this one. Already half the team is out. Not quite at panic stations. They'll profit from a misfield though. Dorshus losing his footing on the matting. Quicker ball from Mitchell.
Applause for the fielding there. Keep them to 1. Brightening up slightly, isn't it?
Yeah, still pretty cloudy here. Sun's out for the first time. It's in the air for quite a while, but Whiteley's got some distance to come in from the fence.
Still seems surprising that we got the whole game in on Friday with lots
Well,
of weather that was
rain,
around.
didn't it? The last over.
Just, yeah, last over. Just
should be a wide. Mitchell just losing his radar. Yeah, had there been another couple of 3 overs left in that run chase on Friday with that rain, that might have been more of an issue. As it was, didn't disturb Cox too much. We should be okay today, famous last words, but weather pretty cloudy above, dark clouds, but I think we're okay. End of the over, 74 for 5.
Well, they kept ahead of the rate, didn't they, on Friday, in terms of Duckworth-Lewis, so they were always ahead of that, but as you say, a couple more overs, they might well have taken them off the field. That's why that Much needed boundary from Cox at 6, the ramp shot worked to get them to where they needed to be.
9 off that over from Daryl Mitchell.
Sodhi with his third, that's gone high, but it should be 6, and is well over the head of Ricky Vessels away to his right. Big hit from Louis Kimber, takes him up to 12.
Yeah, big stride down the wicket. Had to wait for a little bit, but adjusted.
Fuller delivery, Sodhi appeals. They sneak a single, leg by.
Nice change up though from Sodhi. Slower, loopier first delivery that Kimber waited for and watched well before he smacked it out of the park. That one can't have been too far away. Maybe just missing leg stump. Well, obviously just missing leg stump in the opinion of umpire Bailey.
Gone for the reverse this time. Pennington does the fielding. Short third man. It's that mix, isn't it? They're in the 15th over, they're 5 down, but they really need to push on. They're only 82 on the board. Balance now of when to go for it. Fuller delivery again from Sodhi. Will only manage a single. Whiteley does the fielding.
Yeah, the Rapids here just got to try and stay patient. Not going to necessarily go chasing. And just squeeze the mistake, because the Foxes will become more desperate.
Hill this time goes back to that delivery from Sodhi.
Oh no, this is some way off a competitive score. 5 overs to go after this ball.
Hill again gets something on that, goes fine. Pennington round to do the fielding, keeps them to 1. End of the 15th. 84 for 5, the Leicestershire Foxes. 5 to go. Run rate now just over 5.5.
10 off that over from Sodhi. 5 to go. So what are they looking at here? Maybe around about 130.
Yeah, I'll be chipping away with some more wickets. Obviously, going to contain that.
I mean, that's the problem, isn't it, for them? It's the 5 wickets down.
Yeah.
So they have to mix a bit of caution in with it all. And it's going to fall just short of Morris at long off. Morris round quickly to try and cut the 2 off, but back they come. They have to run these 1s and 2s like everything depends on it here. These Foxes batsmen, Kimber and Hill, 15 and 12 respectively. He got hold of that one though. That's gone all the way. Lovely clean strike down the ground from Louis Kimber. It is maiden 50 against Derbyshire this week. And he gave that one the long handle. 21 from 14 he has now. That's the sort of hitting that the Foxes need from here on in. 3 balls left of the 16th over. Time is starting to run out for them, and they'll need a total certainly in excess of 120, upwards towards 130.
You want to get over that run a ball mark, don't you, really?
Yeah.
T20 to give yourself any chance.
Guess you're looking at least 10, aren't you, from the final 5 overs? 10 and over. Got hold of that as well, but D'Oliveira just in the right place.
Hasn't had much of the fielding yet, has he?
That might be the first time he's touched it, isn't it? He's got that fine. That's a cracking shot all the way. Really good batting from Lewis Hill. Used the crease well and impeccably timed, and that flew away. Well, even if D'Oliveira had been a lot finer, there's no way he was going to be interested in the catch there. That cleared the rope with plenty to spare. The 100 is up with that 6. 100 for 5.
And without sounding too rude, he must have timed it very well, because it's not massively going to be using the pace of Daryl Mitchell. If you understand where I'm coming from.
I do so. To mention that to him.
Pure timing
as well.
I think
you've got quite a list building here, haven't you, Sal? With Ben Cox, now Daryl Mitchell. That's in the air, but safety through the gap. Out to Ed Barnard. Decent over this for Leicestershire.
I think
16 overs gone now. 101 for 5. So what, 17 off that over?
Yeah, I think it agrees. Lost a yard of pace over the years. 37 now.
Well, we all lose a yard of pace at least at that age, Sal.
With Morris back for his third over.
4 to go. 24 balls. 100 is up.
1 for 14.
Managed to
so far
add 1 to their rate, haven't they? It was 5.1, 5.2, and now it's 6.3 in the last 2 or 3 overs.
Just changed quickly with those last few boundaries, or last couple of boundaries. Makes all the difference to that run rate.
36 in the last 3 they've made.
This one's high. 6 more into the edge of the hospitality boxes, over the head of Ricky Vessels on this New Road side of the ground. Vessels waiting to see if the ball will come back. Umpires aren't holding out much hope. The box of new balls is being taken out. Umpire Bailey going to have a little look in the box.
Well, this is spirited stuff from the Foxes, and Hill in particular on that occasion. He's clocked up his highest score against the Rapids with that 6, beating previous best of 23. I mentioned he's only batted once in the last 3 games. He scored a single in that match as well, so this is a nice return to form for him. 107 for 5. And that was a very clean strike. That was still rising as it went above our heads into the posh seats above us.
The padded seats. Morris once more digs that one in. That's over the head of Ish Sodhi. This time down at fine leg. Wideish fine leg into the edge of the D'Oliveira stand. And consecutive 6s from Lewis Hill.
Here comes Dorcius to have a word with Morris. He's trotted a long way, the Australian, to have a word with Morris here. But Morris does bowl a good change-up. Bowls a quick bouncer. I mean, he's just going to... That could have gone anywhere, to be fair.
Well, he could get top edge on that or something. It would have gone down to Sodhi or...
But just enough. Sort of clattered into the halfway back.
That's the lower part of the stand as well.
Yeah. 113 for 5. 12 off the first 2.
Morris fuller and slower. Hill can't get that one away.
Well bowled.
Dorshus waits to have another word. Almost taking on a sort of bowling captaincy role. But like when you're at school, you get different badges. Maybe.
The colours, weren't they?
Yeah. Morris again. Wider. Hit away, but should just be a single. Out to the strong left arm of Ross Whiteley with a fantastic throw into the stumps to Ben Cox. 4 balls gone in the 17th, 114 for 5. 20 balls left. Like when don't you get them for like being head of different things, or I don't know. I never had one anyway,
Colours.
so I'm making it up maybe.
Yeah, you got them for being good, Sal.
What are you trying to say? Morris again. This one's hit hard out to Ricky Vessels. Long on. Comes in to do the fielding.
Well, football colours twice. You
Yeah,
know, I didn't want to mention it, but you forced me.
I had them for those things. I just I thought you had them for more. What's the word, like pastoral things? Do you? I don't know. But I got all the sports ones. I've got a vast collection of those.
Colours.
Yeah, for different every sport going. Morris again. This one's hit over the top. Well, few bounces away for 4. Over the head of Ben Dorshus. Takes the Leicestershire Foxes to 119. 4, 5, 3 overs to go. Do you know, I've just noticed on the scoreboard they're down as the running Foxes.
Yes.
I hadn't noticed that earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all over their website as well.
I know, but I didn't know they were referred to on the
I think they are,
the
yeah.
scoreboard.
Yeah.
They only started running again the last few overs.
Yeah. Yeah, the first
They were
5
meandering.
matches they were the sitting Foxes. $18 off that over from Charlie Morris. First 2 disappeared for 12, so I suppose that's not a bad return for those final 4. Dorshus is back from the Diglis end. 2 overs for 9. Kimber goes big. This looks straight down the throat of Ross Whiteley and swallowed up. And Worcestershire do take their 6th wicket. And the dangerous Kimber has gone for 23. They needed to break that partnership because that was getting pesky. And Dorshus strikes with his first ball back. His first wicket of the afternoon. And Ben Mike is the new man. He's got a healthy strike rate as well, 142. It is 6 off the last ball of the match to beat Yorkshire last season, as Leicester made it through to the quarter-finals. Of course, double winners of this, triple winners rather, of this competition.
And the only team.
Only team to win it 3 times, 2004, 2006 and 2011.
It's not for 10 years.
I think it's overdue, won't they?
They had heartbreak, didn't they, in the quarter-final last year, in that game against Notts. A few misfields cost them.
It's quick over the ground here, Vessels, and he's done well to keep them down to a single. Good throw too.
Did you notice in shoe news the blue shoes you like? They do them in.
Is Mummy going to give me them?
No, you can ask.
Oh.
They do them in. He was wearing the orange version
Was
yesterday.
he?
The orange with yellow graphic
good
version.
sneakers, doesn't he?
As also modelled by Sam Billings on Thursday.
There's
and
a few of
Moeen
them
had
actually that wear
yesterday.
those shoes, aren't they? Except me.
Yeah. I didn't know if he'd worn the blue version for the Rapids because it matches the kit, and then he was wearing the orangey version playing for England. But also the Sri Lankan team, I think one or two of them were wearing the blue version, so maybe, you know, to mix it up.
Glad you're keeping notes, Al.
So you could buy them in blue and orange.
That's good.
For your
Can you report back
weekend
with any more,
appearances.
any more colour options, please? I'd be grateful. Interesting. Attempt at the reverse ramp from Lewis Hill. Not quite coming off, but it gets him a single.
I think Pennington thought he might just chip it up to him then.
Mike's main job is going to come with the ball, but he's got a job here to try and get the Foxes up to something respectable. And I think from this swish outside the off stump, another dot ball. One for 12 so far for Dorcas as he approaches the end of his third over. Watched carefully onto the face of his bat, making sure he makes connection and getting it away, but just for a single. Cox has felt that on his toe. Not the most helpful throw to him from Whiteley. Well, he's had a calf problem, Ben Cox.
Didn't he get hit on the foot as well?
What, with the injury?
Yeah, I thought he got hit on the foot as well.
Well, he's got hit in the foot there, which may well have aggravated an old injury perhaps, yeah. He looks in pain, certainly. Needs a bit of attention here. Ahead of the clock here, Worcestershire, without any problems there. 9 minutes to get through this over from Charlie Morris before they start their last one. So they can afford to have a look at their captain here. 123 for 6. 12 balls to go.
14 dot balls from Dylan Pennington this afternoon. 9 from Dorcas, 8 from Charlie Morris, 7 from Ish Sodhi, 5 from Barnard and 3 from Mitchell. 6 is being conceded, 2 off Morris, 2 off Mitchell and 1 off Sodhi. I don't know if Cox actually got any treatment then. I think he's just decided to run it off, has he?
They've applied the handbrake with that over. 4 runs coming from it. 59 came from the previous 4.
Morrison with his final over. Dorcas can't cut it off. Oh, can he? He can, just inside the rope.
Oh, that's brilliant work. That really is fantastic from Dorcas. Threw himself full length and he just about saved the boundary. Not by much, but great work.
He then went past the rope, which is what made me think the ball had as well. But then, yeah, a few inches short of the rope. Brilliant fielding. Chance of a run out as well in the end after his throw. And Mike moving around in the crease.
Got to be wide, hasn't it?
Signalled a wide. And then Charlie Morris saw him moving round, but got that one too wide for umpire Bailey. 11 balls for the Foxes innings. Fuller delivery, shouts of 2. Dorshus goes round. Brilliant fielding once more from him to cut off the 4. And they get back for a 3rd though. It's still a run saved by Dorshus. Scampering round to his left. He's having a chat with Charlie Morris once again. And with D'Oliveira. Run rate just over 7 now for the Foxes. Got themselves up to a total. Something much more defendable. After 10 overs, they've scored just 50 runs. Morris this time on the leg side, that's whipped away between the 2 fielders down there, Sodhi and Libby on the boundary. Neither can get round to cut that off. 4 more to Hill. He's moved on to 42 from 26. Sodhi was running round to his left, down at fine leg, and Libby's out in front of the marquee. Morris again, this one's gone high. 6 more onto the roof of the Graham Hick Pavilion. So twice in this competition now we've seen balls onto the roof of the Graham Hick Pavilion. I think that one's gone even.
That's definitely bounced on the roof and over. Might even be into the King's School playing pitches.
Johnny Bairstow.
Yep, that's brilliant hitting from Lewis Hill. He's got his highest score of the season, and he's on the cusp of a 2nd career T20 half century, and he's taking Charlie Morris apart here. There's still 2 balls left of this over. And already 18 runs have come from it. And he's brought up an unwanted half century, Charlie Morris, with that 6.
Not a good comeback from Charlie Morris, that one. Another wide delivery, unfortunately. Trying to mix it up. Put Hill off his stride, but doesn't work, unfortunately. Turning out to be a rather expensive over for the Rapids. Again, that one was wider as well. Clubbed away, Ricky Vessels does the fielding. And take 2.
$50 for Hill.
Yeah, 50 from 28 deliveries this afternoon. Dan mentioned his 2nd 50 in T20 cricket. The highest score of 58.
4 6s in that terrific half century. Still at 1 ball to go.
Yeah, 4 6s and 2 4s. Charlie Morris. This time he goes for it again, doesn't get hold of it, but Morris can't get there to catch it either. Neither can Cox, who's still hobbling somewhat as he does the sort of half run, half skip down the wicket. Come down to the New Road end for the final over. Fox is up to 145 for 6.
22 off that over from Charlie Morris. 1 for 54 from his 4 overs, so that damaging his figures somewhat there. 1 over to go then. And this is a good recovery from the Leicestershire Foxes, who didn't look like they were going to get anywhere near this sort of total at one stage.
I was just saying before, they took them 10 overs to get to 50.
Dorshus with the last over. Won't get a run here. He's got to get back quickly there. Mike, and he's got there. Need a steady over here. Dorset's brilliant figures. 3 overs, 1 for 13. I want to keep them under 150 if they can. Should be just should have been just a single, and it's not quite working for poor old Charlie Morris at the moment. He's just been carted in his last over, and then that misfield has cost 3 runs. They were going to run 1 anyway, and then it goes straight through him to the fence. 149 for 6. Worcestershire Rapids just need to make sure the wheels don't come completely off here in these last couple of overs. And that's away as well. Well, what's that come off? Bat or glove? Glove. 4 more. 153. The 150 is up now. That's a huge psychological boost here for the Foxes. Worth bearing in mind, with 2 overs to go, they were 123 for 6. 4 overs to go, they were 101 for 5. Could be out, and is. Relief at last for the Worcestershire Rapids. Daryl Mitchell pouching the catch at cover. And a 7th wicket goes down. But serious damage done here. The Leicestershire Foxes. And a very, very good innings has come to an end for Lewis Hill.
Yeah, good low catch by Daryl Mitchell.
Career best score for Lewis Hill, beating his previous best by 1 run, out for 59 off 33 balls. Very impressive. 4 4s and 4 6s. 2 balls to go. Gavin Griffiths is the new man. 2 balls left. He's home, I think. Yeah. They'll run everything. Last ball coming up. 154 for 7. 9 off the over so far. This time Morris gets something behind it, and they only come back for a second. 156 for 7 is the final total. So 11 runs coming off that last over from Ben Dorset's. 2 for 23 are his final figures, and Worcestershire Rapids will need 157 to win. Sally Bentley-Reid, that is a good deal more than looked likely before those last half a dozen overs or so.
It certainly is. I mean, we were thinking at one point whether they were going to get up to more like a runner ball, just over 120, 130. So certainly all those runs coming in the last 4 or 5 overs pushed them on to a much more defendable score, and the run rate then of nearly 8. So also you take that, I know we talked about it before the game, the momentum of Leicestershire coming in with the 3 wins, but Worcester winning Friday, but you just felt it change in the field, didn't you, with those overs, the Foxes pushing on. They'll come off, I think, much more pleased now, you know, that the Rapids need to keep their heads up as well. You know, they know they can easily score 157, so that's, you know, that's not a problem. The only slight concern is I think Ben Cox is still struggling with that foot or calf or combination of the both. He doesn't look quite happy moving around the field those last few balls, but yeah. Going to try his luck from the other end, from the New Road end. And does. He gets the wicket of Scott Steele. Caught behind by Ben Cox, a dive.
Social media.
Pennington bowls him. A fantastic over from Dylan Pennington coming back.
Delivering a huge win, and the Rapids need to back it up today, and they struck again. Morris this time. Last over. The squeeze continues. It's in the air, this could be in trouble, and it's very well held. Another wicket, Lily's gone this time. Saw him coming a touch there. Sodhi.
He's bowled 379 overs in his T20 career.
Well, that's gone very high. Is it far enough though? Doesn't look like it. No! From Darryl Mitchell.
Sodhi with his third, that's gone high, but it should be 6. And is well over the head of
Timber and Hill, 15 and 12 respectively. You can hold that one though, that's gone all the way. Lovely clean strike down the ground. He's got that fine, that's a cracking shot all the way. Really good batting from Lewis Hill. 6 in the last 3 they've made.
This one's high. 6 more into the edge of the hospital. Morris once more digs that one in. That's over the head of Ish Sodhi. This time done at fine leg.
For 9. Kimber goes big. This looks straight down the throat of Ross Whiteley and swallowed up.
Right in front of the marquee. Once again, this one's gone high. 6 more onto the roof of the Graham Hick Pavilion. So twice expensive over for the Rapids. Again, that one was wider as well. Clubbed away.
That's away as well. Well, what's that come off? Bat or glove? Glove. To go, there were 101 for 5. Could be out, and is. Relief at last for the Worcestershire Rapids. Darryl Mitchell. So Leicestershire 156 for 7 off their 20 overs. That's an impressive recovery for the informed team in North Group, with 3 wins on the spin coming into this match against the Rapids, with Worcestershire knowing that if they can win today, then they will go into 4th spot in the group and right in the mix as we head towards the business end of the group phase for the quarter-final spot. Well, as we mentioned earlier, it's a special day for St Richard's Hospice today, with their logo on the shirts of the players for this match, in a gesture made by the Morgan Motor Company and of course Worcestershire County Cricket Club. It's their bid to try and raise some funds for all the brilliant work that the team at St Richard's do. And you can help out by visiting the auction page on Worcestershire's website, wccc.co.uk, because the match-worn shirts of all the players after this match will be auctioned off to try and raise some funds. And I'm delighted to say we're joined by the fundraising director at St Richard's, Tricia Cavell. Great to see you, Tricia.
Thank you.
Just outline what it means to you to have this gesture and this arrangement this afternoon.
Well, we're really thrilled, first of all, to be the first ever charity partnership at Worcestershire County Cricket Club, and delighted that St Richard's have been chosen as the beneficiary for funds raised throughout the year. And we've also worked closely with Morgan on many things before, so it's been a perfect collaboration for us. And to have the logo on the shirts today and raise our profile in that way, and then to have them auctioned and raise funds is really great for us, especially after a challenging year.
Yeah, just outline for us, so we can try and get our heads round what sort of difficulties you've had over the last 12 months, but can you put that into some context for us?
Yeah, I mean, clearly it's been difficult in a fundraising perspective with our shops closed for a period of time and events and hospitality really affected. But it's had an enormous effect on all our clinical teams too, having to manage a pandemic at a time when it's very, very difficult for our patients and families on a normal day. So to add a pandemic into that mix and restrictions on visitings and PPE it's not been great, but the team are fantastic and they've risen to all of the challenges, including the funding challenges. I'm very proud of all of them.
So what sort of difference could an initiative like we have here today make for you?
Well, I'm hoping everybody will go online and bid and help us with the funding for sure, and because that money helps us to care for over 1,200 patients and family members a day at the moment, and so to be reliant on voluntary donations for that is really hard at the best of times, and particularly during a pandemic. So the more we raise, the more we can do to support our patients and families.
Tisha, many people listening, watching will be aware of the work and touched by St Richard's Hospice. You've had a recent expansion as well, so the main reason so you can help more people locally.
Yeah, we've just finished it. It was called Build 2020. We were fortunate that most of the funds were raised before the pandemic, and so we were able to continue with the build programme. What's sad is that we've not been able to welcome patients back into that space just at the moment, but actually from a week on Tuesday where we've got a slow restoration of services, the inpatient has remained open throughout the pandemic and our services to people in their homes, but our living well and day services start again a week on Tuesday, and we're really excited to welcome everybody back. So in due course we'll be able to expand those services to more people in the community once the pandemic allows us to do that.
And hopefully you'll be able to then, get back to more events and raise money, like with the shirts today and things like that.
Absolutely, and we've got Ladies' Day at the Cricket coming up in August. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if the next roadmap goes to plan. So we're hopeful certainly by the last 6 months of this year we'll be able to get some of our hospitality events back up and running, and excited about that very much so. And I think people have missed them. They've missed dressing up. They've missed the command, being together. And so to have events, sporting events, and events such as balls, people just can't wait to get together and enjoy them again.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for joining us. And as we were saying, if you want to get one of the shirts worn by the Worcestershire Rapids this afternoon, you can do so by visiting wccc.co.uk/auction and put a bid in for one of your favourite players' shirts, or more than one.
Well, Worcestershire have begun their reply as they try and chase down this 158 they need for victory. Yeah, thanks to Tricia Cavell, fundraising director at St Richard's Hospice, all the brilliant work they do. And as Sal mentioned, get on, have a look at the auction, how it's going, and if you fancy it, have a bid on a shirt or two. wccc.co.uk/auction. Umpire Bailey unmoved. End of the first over. 4 runs coming from it. Ricky Vessels and Brett D'Oliveira a couple each. So the required rate is 8 runs and over. As they look for a second successive win.
Colin Ackerman going to bowl this second over this afternoon. D'Oliveira looking to whip that one away. Colin Ackerman obviously has the record of 7 wickets in a T20 match. 7 for 18 against Birmingham Bears in 2019. Only person to take 7 wickets in a T20 match.
Yeah, he played a crucial role in the last time they faced each other here, these two sides, as Leicestershire won a tight game. 30 odd with the bat and 1 for 15 with the ball. He got Ben Cox out that day, who was the top scorer for the Rapids.
Keeping things tight here. Vessels can't break the men on the ring.
It was back in 2019. Funnily enough, they defended 152 that day. Got to defend 157 today.
Close. Wristy from D'Oliveira as he works that one away. We have to go back to 2015 as well for the last time Worcestershire actually beat Leicestershire, home and away. Didn't play last year at all, both games cancelled. This one, full delivery, whipped away by Vessels, who was after a second, but it wasn't there.
Are you trying to trump my head-to-head stats?
Stat up. No.
Because I haven't got anything else before you go on about when they last met played
I think the Ackerman one
1842. I haven't got anything in front of me.
For me, the Ackerman one is the best. I mean,
that
7
is
for
incredible.
18.
That's mad. That
was
is
fantastic.
There aren't even, doesn't seem to be enough balls available to take 7 wickets.
7, yeah. Parkinson having a second over.
Vessels will try and entertain the thought of 2, but he's not going to be successful. Kimber's in quickly. He's got 3 50s against Leicester in his long career, Ricky Vessels. 325 runs from 14 matches. D'Oliveira, of course, we know in terrific touch after his exploits on Friday night. 67 made off 49 balls, 6 4s and 2 6s. Doing so much of the heavy lifting to get Worcestershire home together with Jake Libby. He slapped that very nicely through the covers. It's a terrific effort at trying to stop it, but in vain. Lewis Hill.
He batted very well on Friday, didn't he, Brett D'Oliveira? Well, he and Jake Libby did. As did Vessels really up at Headingley. And what ended up being a lost cause, unfortunately.
It's just going to drop short of mid-off. He's had a couple of 60s this season, hasn't he? Of course, 61 against Lancashire, shepherding them home very comfortably there.
Yeah, it was quite a strange game in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit of an anticlimax, really, that game, after all the hype about Joss Butler and Lancashire's batting and everything else, and their record against Worcestershire.
We sat there, didn't we, before the game, oh, look at that batting lineup. Oh, look at that.
Didn't happen.
We need to chase it with 133.
But 61 and 67 7th half century for the Rapids in T20 cricket on Friday. Draws him level with Daryl Mitchell, only Vikram Solanki, Graham Hick and Moeen Ali ahead of him.
You're worried about the stats as well?
Yeah. That's all I've got on Brett, to be honest. 15 without loss. End of the over. 3 overs gone.
Ackerman, second for him again. Whipped away by Vessels. They do come back for a second this time. And both these two good at sort of whipping their wrists, quick hands, picking the gaps, rotating the strike. Goes for the bigger shot though, Ricky Vessels. Did he get anything on that or not? It's run away for 4. I think he has given us runs, has he?
Must have done. I won't count how it comes, just as long as it's on the board. Worcestershire 21.
And out through mid-wicket.
A bit behind the rate on comparison. 15 at the end of the 3rd over. Leicestershire were 22. At the end of the 4th it was 34.
Oh, they had a good start, didn't they, from Inglis and Steele this time. A couple of bounces and 4 for D'Oliveira. Picking the space in the field. Up and over the square leg boundary. Slightly backward of it. 26 without loss. Just over 3.5 gone, 3.4. Goes again, not as cleanly. Doesn't go as square. Take just the 1. After he hit that, D'Oliveira then slightly got his bat stuck between his legs as he set off for the single. Vessels down the ground, but only as far as mid-off, no run. To end the 4th over. So 27 without loss, the Rapids.
Yeah, Leicestershire were 34 without loss, and not a million miles away from each other. Vessels 9, D'Oliveira 14.
Then they only got 16 in the 6 that followed, didn't they? Really slowed down after they lost those 3 wickets.
Parkinson's out of the attack, 2 overs, none for 11 for the Foxes, leading wicket takers so far this season. Here comes the Afghanistan international, Naveen ul Haq. 14 wickets so far. He's taken at least 1 wicket in every single game he's played. Here he comes. That's that distinctive action. And he completes his follow through. '61 T20 appearances in his career, 72 wickets. Economy rate of just over 7.5, which is terrific for a fast bowler. That's well gathered by Inglis. That should be a wide indeed.
It was given as buys, just to tidy that up, that one to Vessels.
Okay.
It's must have been a very subtle signal.
Too subtle for me. I didn't see it.
I did wonder where when he had his arm, but it wasn't obvious.
Mid-on's being pushed back to the fence. Harry Kimber, and deep point is coming into the ring.
think, well, the Leicestershire Foxes captain, or the running Foxes captain, sorry, I said about Naveen Ul-Haq that not many people will know that much about him, so he brings that element to the game that people aren't, familiar with his bowling, aren't used to what to expect, which is always something quite useful in the T20.
The dot ball. Yeah, he's played 8 T20 internationals, 7 ODIs, 13 wickets in those T20 internationals, economy rate of under 7, 6.96, which is brilliant. 14 wickets in those 7 ODI matches, best of 4 for 42. 3 for 21 is his best international T20 performance. 4 for 14 is his best in this format of the game overall. Lovely flick of the wrists. Think he's found the gap. He has. Plenty of bottom hand in that whip away from Ricky Vessels.
Yeah, lovely shot.
Takes him into double figures. 13 from 15. His 77 against Yorkshire was his second highest in T20 cricket for the Rapids.
I was looking at my train time.
Bettered only by that, so is it 91 he made up at Headingley a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
That time he chased him through the car park.
Not to keep mentioning that.
Yeah. Went through 5,500 runs in his career as well on Friday, Ricky Vessels. 34 without loss. Solid start here from the Rapids in their chase of 158. Last ball of the over. And they'll complete it with a scampered single. 35 without loss. 8 runs from that first over from Naveen Ul-Haq. Vessels 14, D'Oliveira 16.
So one over left in the power play for the Rapids, going along at 7. Means that required rate for the rest of the innings is currently at just over 8. Gavin Griffiths going to have a bowl on the D'Oliveira end. Nine wickets in the competition for him so far. At just over 11. 4 for 24 is best.
Yeah, career best those were, weren't they, against Lancashire in round 1. Needs a couple of wickets for 50 in his T20 career. Another blast winner with Lancashire from 2015,
yeah.
Along with Aaron Lilly.
He was part of the Lancashire Academy for a number of years as a youngster. 27 now. Was loaned out to Hampshire at one point as well. Now with Leicestershire. Up and over the top. And will it run away for 4? Yes, it does. 4 more to D'Oliveira. Hit up and over into the space. Field still in the final over of the power play. Ben Mike down there now, but couldn't have got that one from D'Oliveira. 4 more to the Rapids total, 39. This time tries to dab it down finally. But Patel does the fielding, he picks him out. Backward point. Solid start by Ricky Vessels and Brett D'Oliveira. D'Oliveira tries again, gets a little less on it, and they can get a single. Two balls left inside the power play. Obviously not a total they need to go crazy to chase down. 157. But want to make the most of the power play in this start without losing any wickets.
They're ahead of Duckworth Lewis as well, aren't they, at the moment? We have had 5 overs.
Yep. This one just flicked away by Vessels. Didn't get hold of it, but luckily enough to play the man at short fine leg. Here's Lewis Hill. One ball left of the 6th. Oliveira checking the field. And out on the square leg boundary. And deep mid wicket. Oliveira thumps it down to mid on. 42 from the power play, but crucially no wickets down.
Yeah, they're ahead of the game as well. 42 for none, 39 for 3 after 6 overs with the Foxes. So ahead on both counts there, but yeah, crucially 0 in that wickets column. So the end of the power play, the field will spread. They have a nice looking platform here at the Rapids.
Oh.
Scott Steele is coming on for more off spin. Plenty of slow bowling options here for Colin Ackerman. Joined from Durham this season, Scott Steele, here he comes. Nice use of the feet this time from D'Oliveira. Should only be 1 as Hill does the fielding. Men out at point, mid on, or long on, long off. Just behind square on the leg side and mid wicket. Those are the boundary riders. Everyone else obviously inside the 30-yard circle. Might have been a chance in terms of if he'd taken that cleanly, Inglis. Difficult to see exactly how far out the ground D'Oliveira was. It's gone away to the fence.
Definitely come a couple of steps out of his crease, hasn't he?
He's got plenty of whip on that as well. It's very good work though by Lilly. End of the over, 7 overs gone now. 49 without loss. 7 runs coming from that over, so a little bit behind the 8.3 they need. 108 still needed, but plenty of time. 13 overs left. Lots of wickets in the tank. These two well set. D'Oliveira 28 from 23. Vessels 16 from 19. Ackerman himself is coming into the attack now.
Brought himself back on. D'Oliveira. Out through Colour Region. Back for two. Good running again. These two do run really well. Say not quite up with that required rate, but no wickets down, and these two both in decent form in the last couple of games. Trying to cut it fine. Patel in at a short third man. Wide.
Nicely taken from Inglis there.
Yeah, moved across well. Stop it being any more. Wider the other way this time, and D'Oliveira cuts away. Not 4 though. Come back for a second once again. Fielding there by Naveen Al-Haq in front of the player dugouts. Jar themselves in front of the Graham Hick Pavilion. D'Oliveira turning, pulling that one round. Quite time it. Just the one though, that's fine. Keep ticking along the Rapids. 55 without loss in the 8th over this afternoon. Whiteley Vessels in the air slightly. They're going to come back for a second on the misfield. Down at long off. Lewis Hill not amused with himself. Frustrated to give away that extra run. Risty again from Vessels. He's on to 19, the Rapids 58 without loss after 8. Ackerman's bowled 3 already this afternoon. The Rapids crucially still no wickets down as they chase 157 to make it back-to-back wins in 48 hours.
Yeah, it puts them in a terrific position to accelerate when they need to do so, which is not right now. Certainly within striking distance. They're 1 run behind the required rate, as it were, going along at 7.3, need 8.3, under 100 to get, so psychologically that makes a bit of a difference. 99 to win. Hashtag Rapids if you want to have your say this afternoon on social media. Callum Parkinson's coming back into the attack with more slow left arm. Took 4 for 35 against Yorkshire, his second best figures in the this form of the game. It's the 5th season in a row he's taken 10 or more wickets.
He's got 11, hasn't he, so far?
Yeah. Brother of Matt, of course. Twin brother of Matt, of course. 59 without loss. Straight at the man there from Dollar. You can see there's plenty of space behind him. There's a boundary rider at cover. I'll view that as a slightly missed opportunity. A bit of width from Parkinson. Naveen Ulhaq is lightning over the outfield, so no chance of coming back for a potential second there. You can see how quick he was, so didn't really bother running the first ridiculously fast. We'll try again here with Kimber, but again it's the same result, just a single. It's good stuff from Parkinson. Canny bowler.
Very economical, isn't he?
And he's picked up 8 wickets in his last 3 matches. And he's completed another good over there. Just 4 runs coming from it. 62 without loss. After 9 overs, the Foxes were 47 for 3 at the same stage. So still the Rapids in the box seats here. Nearly at the halfway point. But these two well set. Vessels 22 from 24, D'Oliveira 35 from 30.
Leicestershire continuing with pace off. Scott Steele to bowl his second this afternoon, but Vessels has gone big, and that should be 6. It is, as it bounces between the stands at the D'Oliveira end. Big 6 down over long on.
Well, this is the beauty of Worcester's position, that they've got themselves into some careful, considered, sensible batting. Is now they're in a position to strike, and the boundaries will really hurt Leicestershire here with 10 wickets in hand, and they are virtually on track with the run rate. And now, of course, they can just afford to knock it about for the rest of the over if they want to.
That's it. Long off this time. Vessels decides just a single will do. That's the first 6 of the Worcestershire innings, wasn't it, actually? 5 fours so far, first 6. Hit cleanly and will split the fielders. Out on the deep cover boundary in front of the chestnut tree. D'Oliveira adds another boundary to the Worcestershire total. 74 without loss. This one missed by Brett D'Oliveira though. Hands on heads by the Leicestershire players. Callum Parkinson. Like that one from Scott Steele. Again, wristy from D'Oliveira. Whips it away. Just rotate the strike once more. One more to the total. Down to 82 to win. Reverse from Vessels. Just be a single. Callum Parkinson. And on the circle, halfway mark. 76 without loss, the Rapids. 81 to win.
14
Wheeler's
off that over.
dancing.
14 off that over.
Wheeler's happy.
It's just cold.
It's warmed up a bit,
I'm not
I think.
that cold actually, before I make Joe feel any more guilty than he does already about not clothing us sufficiently. He's not listening.
He is.
Is he?
He is, I think, yeah.
No, you missed that bit.
He missed that. He'll catch up. I think it's brightened up and warmed up.
It is. It's the brightest
There was
been.
that threat of possible rain towards the end of this game.
Oh, he's got it now. There's a delay, isn't there?
There's a
I was
delay
forgetting
in
that.
the
30-second
in
delay.
watching.
There he goes. Naveen Ulhaq to continue then. 76 without loss. 1 over for 8 so far for the Afghanistan international. Here he comes, and hammered away by Vessels.
It's just another glorious, warm, sunny, late June Sunday afternoon.
Well, I've learned from my mistakes from the previous
with all the
3.
layers we need.
I've ditched the gilet, the padded. I've gone straight for the fully sleeved.
The winter coat.
Winter coat. Yeah.
I was optimistic. I kept the sunglasses at hand.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's,
Not if you've got eyes like mine.
Yeah. It is. You happen to squint a little bit here.
I said it's a glorious, bright, sunny New Road afternoon.
Well, you get done on the Trades Description Act with that.
I know.
We can't say that.
No, it's not. It's really cloudy.
Short and beautifully put away by D'Oliveira. The form he's in at the moment, he's going to gobble those up all day long. And he moves serenely up to 44. What touch he's in, Brett D'Oliveira.
Yeah.
It's hard to sort of contextualise when you realise the rough trot he was in before he hit that 67 48 hours ago. A couple of noughts either side of that abandonment against the Steelbacks. 2 against Yorkshire.
Yeah, that was the unfortunate run out there, wasn't it? Which wasn't helped by Vessels.
I'm going to say that to Ricky afterwards.
Well, no, I just think
bit of a list here, Sal. So we've got Ben Cox, we've got Daryl Mitchell, and now we've got Ricky Vessels.
No, I just think you can slightly park that one because it was very unfortunate. Because it would be, I think then.
I think he wants you to park it.
That could have been a really. I know you could always say, "Oh, what if?" But say they'd had a partnership like this in that game, again, could have been very different.
He'll say, "What if?" He'll say, "What if you just left it alone now, Sal?"
What if Joe Root hadn't got such long fingers?
Yeah.
Or got down so quickly.
82 without loss. 75 needed. Decide against a single here. That's a good choice.
It also wouldn't have been what you wanted after the two ducks, would it? Basically.
No.
To be out in that fashion, you didn't get yourself out necessarily. I know you could say, "Well, back up quicker," but he hadn't gone that far.
Also hit 43 against Northants at Wantage Road and 61 not out, anchoring the victory against Lancashire here. So he's 5 away from a second successive half century and a third of the current campaign. He's off strike at the moment. Go for 4. They'll come back for a second. End of the over. 84 without loss. 8 coming from that over. 58 for 4 was the Leicestershire score at the same stage. 9 overs to go. 73 needed to win. Little still behind the required rate, but no alarms. 8.1 required. 7.6 is the current tick along. Carl Griffiths back in to try and break this stand. It's the highest for the first wicket this season, isn't it now? 84.
Yeah, he's in for his second over. Starts with a wide. First over went for 7. Griffiths. This one hit well by D'Oliveira. Won't quite go for 4. cut off as they come back for 2. Made contact with it up around his head. Pulled it round. Back for the square. Does looking good touch. Brett D'Oliveira. 70 now needed for the Rapids to back up Friday's win against Durham. Push them up the table.
It is comfortably the best opening stand in T20 cricket for Worcestershire against Leicestershire, these two. And doubling it so far. Phil Jakes and Sanath Jayasuriya with 41 at Grace Road 11 years ago. So a little bit of a mini piece of history made by these two.
High from Vessels, but high and into the stand. 6 more. Straight down the ground. Fantastic shot. Again, second 6 of the afternoon. For the Rapids, second for Ricky Vessels. He's on to 39 from 31. And again, even straighter this time, 6 more. Straight into the sight screen. These two enjoying themselves out in the middle at New Road this afternoon.
Well, it's dismissive, isn't it, from Vessels? If it's up there, it's going to go. Successive 6s. Well, one maybe even a bit better than the previous one. Lovely stuff from Vessels, up to 45 now.
It's the shoes.
Must be.
He's got them on now as well.
100 up.
Doesn't go again. Whips that one round. And fine leg. And just take 1. Oh, you don't need to do much more once you've hit the first 2 for 6. Or the previous 2 for 6. Target now down to just 56. 1 ball left in the 12th from Gavin Griffiths. This time Vessels goes high, but it will drop short of Naveen out in front of the marquee. Just the 1 run. 102 without loss. 12 overs gone. Fantastic batting by the Rapids this afternoon. Joy to watch these two chip away at what was a much larger total than we first thought the Foxes would get. Halfway through their innings they had just 50 on the board, but made it up to 156 for 7.
18 off that over. Yeah, if they haven't had that acceleration of 72 off the last 5, game might already be nearly done. A slight hesitation, but no problems. D'Oliveira is through for the single he needs to take himself to another terrific half century. His 3rd of this year's 2020 blast, and the 8th of his Worcestershire career, moving him 1 ahead now of Daryl Mitchell. And Vessel may well have picked out the man here. I think he has. Yes, safely pouched. Aaron Lilly, safe as houses under that one. And Vessels goes for an entertaining and enterprising 46 from 33. And the Leicestershire Foxes at last make a breakthrough. Not quite, some way short of Worcestershire's record opening partnership, which was 175 between Vikram Solanki and Graham Hick against Northants at Chester Road up in Kidderminster back in 2007, but it's a highest in T20 cricket against Leicestershire. So well played, Ricky Vessels and Brett D'Oliveira. Now with Jake Libby in, he's reunited with the man he put on 145 with to see off Durham in brilliant fashion on Friday. Worcestershire's 2 in-form batters now at the crease, and they are making short work of this Foxes target. Libby is away immediately. 78 not out, a career best for Jake Libby against Durham, averaging just over 48 in the competition this season. Terrific last year as well, of course. 318 runs. We'll look for 2. But Ben Mike is in quick enough.
Don't need to do anything daft either, do they?
No. It's all very much under control. End of the over, 106 for 1. 65 for 5 was the Leicestershire total, but this is where they had that big acceleration with 59 in 4 overs, the Foxes, but they're so far ahead here. Worcestershire, they needn't worry too much about that. They've already nearly got the Leicestershire total after 17 overs. They were 119 for 5, 106 for 1. It's all going very smoothly at the moment.
Aaron Lilly, as Leicestershire continue with pace off. Callum Parkinson, Leicestershire's most consistent bowler really. He already had 11 in the competition. And the only wicket this afternoon, 1 for 20 from his 4 overs. Libby gets it past Parkinson. Short third man now. Get back for a second. Libby uses his feet. Comes down to meet that from Lily. Flicked up as well, but down to Lewis Hill. Did the fielding and off the boundary. 46 to win. D'Oliveira's turns on that one. I'll look for 2. Should be back comfortably. And he pushed it out to long on. And again, the call of 2 straight away. They changed their mind as Ben Mike comes round to do the fielding, round to his left. It gets there quickly. Just chip away at this one. Libby out to Naveen Ulhack. Straight to him in front of the marquee, so just 1. And Lily's over, goes for 11. 115 for 1.
74 for 5 was the comparison at this same stage. Colin Ackerman back into the attack.
It's for his 4th and final, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 overs, none for 21 so far for the Foxes skipper. Bowlers to Jake Libby, who's gone through the 200 run mark in the competition this season. And in the last game, he scored that career best 78, brought up his 500 runs for Worcestershire as well in this form of the game. Oh, beautifully played. That's a lovely touch from D'Oliveira. Soft hands, opens the face, uses the pace of the ball, just gives it a little nudge too. Very nice batting. 120 for one. D'Oliveira up to 58, 37 now only needed for victory. The Rapids in cruise control here. Wants two. Determined to get it as well.
The pressure on the field, isn't there? You heard the loud call of two straight away again. You knew it'd gone between Lily and Naveen al-Haq.
Oh, can he do it again? Well, he certainly can.
Another best, is he?
He's only
7, wasn't it?
7 shy of setting a new PB, Brett D'Oliveira. Well, what a way to celebrate your 10th anniversary at New Road. Crucial role he's performed in the county championship to date, and now he's having a great time in the T20. Libby will look for two, and D'Oliveira needs no encouragement. Libby was shifting as well, running to the danger end, but they're back. And they're just not letting the Foxes breathe here. End of the over. 10 runs coming off that over. It's going to be over very quickly. They continue in this vein. 5 overs to go. 32 needed.
It's his 100th game as well, isn't it?
D'Oliveira's. Could be. Don't know that, Sal. Oh, that's the one thing I don't know. None for 29 from 4 overs from Ackerman. .31 rather. None for 31 from his 4 overs.
Naveen al-Haq back into the attack. 5 overs to go, just 32 needed. Does his own fielding on that one.
Some pace in that delivery.
Yeah, D'Oliveira was just looking to angle it away. Parkinson down in front of us, looking to encourage his teammates in what, to be honest, looks like probably a lost cause. I mean, changing the field, bringing up at mid-wicket. Libby 11 from 9 this afternoon. Goes high, gets an edge on it. Callum Parkinson is under the catch and takes it. Takes the wicket of Jake Libby, and to come in a fair way. Jake Libby goes for 11.
Yeah, well judged catch by Callum Parkinson. It was in the air a long time, and in the end taking it well. Might have wants to clear up with his keeper Inglis about who exactly was going to get that, but always his catch really running into it. Keeper could have got back, I think, in time to take that, but Parkinson did well. So finally get their second wicket, but all feels too little, far too late for the Foxes. Ben Cox is the new batter, and just 31 needed now.
Cox at the non-striker's end. He crossed during that one, so D'Oliveira on 62. Waits for Naveen. This one flashes away for 4, just past the outstretched hand.
Well, Rishi
Backward
Patel, I
point.
think if he'd have caught that, that'd have been the best catch I've ever seen in my life. Again, hard for us to tell at this angle exactly how close he was, but that would have been magnificent.
Even the dive looked good. D'Oliveira went away from a T20 best. Following Friday's 67, shuffles back, goes over the top of mid-wicket. Ben Mike chases back and come back for 2. And
There
he
it
does.
is. Yep.
Gets his best T20 score so far. 68 of 50 deliveries this afternoon. Certainly in great touch. He wants to be there right to the end. The end, which is just 25 runs away.
Well, that's the challenge for him now, isn't it? He's batted so well, and he'll definitely not want to give this away. He'll want to be there at the end.
Which I'm sure he would have wanted to have done on Friday as well, wouldn't he? Would have wanted to have been there.
Bold, firing it in.
Naveen learning during the over. Cox, who has come out to bat, even though he got knock on the foot again and didn't seem entirely comfortable towards the end of the Leicestershire innings, and he was keeping wicket, just tapping his foot again at the non-striker's end. I can't time that one. Single out to Ben Mike. And the end of the 16th over. 133 for 2, 24 off 24 for the Worcestershire Rapids to take back-to-back wins.
8 off that over. 101 for 5.
Stopping what we said was one of the form teams in Leicestershire. 3 fantastic wins in the last week for them since last Sunday.
Yeah, it would be some scalp this, bearing in mind, as you say, Fox's form. 101 for 5 was the Leicestershire comparison with 4 overs to go. Gavin Griffiths back into the attack. 2 overs for 25 so far. And swung away first time by D'Oliveira. He's picked the man out though. And it's a very regulation catch by Aaron Lilly. Plenty of time to see that. Almost straight down his throat. And D'Oliveira's sparkling innings has come to an end, but not before he's updated the career best. And Brett D'Oliveira will get a pat on the back from his captain Ben Cox, who's made the effort to come over especially and say well done. And he will get a warm and much deserved round of applause as well as he makes his way from the field. He'll be disappointed he hasn't been able to see it home, but again he's done the lion's share of the work here, and he's put Worcestershire in a brilliant position to close out victory. 133 for 3. D'Oliveira's gone for 69, a career best in T20 cricket for the second successive game. The Rapids 24 away from victory.
Yeah, he'd be frustrated, just looking for another boundary. He's hit 4 fours, no 6s this afternoon. Griffiths' previous over had gone for 18 as well. Two 6s had been hit off him already this afternoon, and that wasn't that far off. Lilly was right on the rope.
Ross Whiteley is the new batter, the non-striker's end, the two having crossed. that catch. 23 required. And if the Rapids can see this out, they'll go into 4th spot in North Group and in a good position in terms of the quarter-final shake-up. Top 4, remember, go through to the last 8. And they'll have 5 games remaining.
Four of those 5 are on the road as well, aren't they? There's
Yeah,
only
this
one
is
more
the
home
penultimate
game.
home game today before they finish against the Birmingham Bears a week on Friday. So 2 weeks. Friday just gone.
You've got 2 away, then 1 at home, then another 2 away.
And they've got that county championship match with Warwickshire.
Yeah, they've
well.
play 3 games against Warwickshire in a row.
Why not? Let's do that. Yeah, the schedule throwing up an anomaly there for Worcestershire. Didn't have a break at all in the first phase of the county championship. 9 games back to back.
So yeah, the next 2 T20 games, next Thursday and Friday away at Lancashire Lightning and Derbyshire Falcons.
Nicely steered by Cox. Might not go all the way. Avi Nulhak is quick. And they come back for 3. Nice use of the feet from Cox. Little check drive as well. 19 to win.
Just found it slightly harder to score the runs in those few balls since D'Oliveira had gone.
Well, the new man's always going to take a little while to get going, isn't it? It's very hard to come in and tee off immediately.
This is a much better over from Griffiths as well, isn't it?
Yeah, last ball coming up. And Whiteley just says, fetch that, lads.
Well, it was a better over.
Until that last finish. Whiteley's off the mark. Little chassis down the pitch. 142 for 3, so 9 runs from that over. 15 now needed to win. Exactly 5 runs and over the required rate.
Well, like you say, there's a couple of deliveries. Have a little look, and then 3rd delivery, I'll hit you down the ground for 4. Naveen isn't going to have the next over. Scott Steele back for his 3rd over. 2 for 20 so far. So 15 from 18 required for the Rapids this afternoon. Cox tries a reverse attempt. Famously, the ramp shot worked for him on Friday for a 6. This time he uses the hands and wrists and whips it away, slips, but they will come back for a 2nd. Inglis tries to fire it at the stumps after the throw came in, but
not much wrong with his calf or his foot, is there? On that
no, other than the
slipped,
and he still was back very quick between the wickets. Just make his way fairly slowly back to the crease, so he'd gone so far past it. 13 to win. Goes for the reverse again. He'll nick a single once more. There's a leg bite. Don't really need to go for any daft shots and risk another wicket falling, though. 12 from 15. Whiteley and Cox have a little chat in the middle about it. While the Foxes debate their field, and everyone just seems to have a pause.
3 fours here to finish the over would do the job.
Be nice. Come on, Ross. Well, English, is he going bold? Appealing for being bold, is he? Or did he flick the bails off?
Well,
Yeah,
I thought the first it would have been for a stumping, surely.
Yeah, he didn't look like he'd particularly gone out of his crease from here.
Difficult to tell. But it did look suspicious. I mean, it might be a case of maybe he was out of his ground, but the keeper knocked the bails off before he had the ball or something, or dropped the ball before he hit the stumps, something
Obviously
like that. Anyway.
No reviews or cameras to look at. Whiteley hits it out for 2 more. The end of the 18th over. 147 for 3. Because you don't know perhaps how on the edge of the creases of his creases batting in the first place.
No,
from
the
here, and then if he's taken
not much help really.
Taken a step or 2 down, but depending on where his starting position is as well.
147 for 3, 123 for 6 was the Leicestershire score before their acceleration in the last couple of overs. But just 10 to win now. Naveen ul Haq to complete his set of 4, 1 for 24 from his 3 overs so far. Can he at least force this game into the last over? No run here.
Whiteley had gone a fair way down. The
Big
hope of a
shout
run.
hang on from Ben Cox. Nothing silly. Ross. Just need to see it home here.
He's keen.
Produced there, and nothing from the umpire at the moment, is there? He's having a think. A no ball is the call. The head high, the reason. Oh, that's not brilliant bowling from Naveen ul Haq.
2 umpires that
just checking with
each other, weren't they?
Neil Pratt at square leg, Rob Bailey. Getting the agreement, so free hit. 8 to win.
Inglis wasn't very happy behind the stumps though.
I don't
and
blame
a
him.
word with the umpire. I think about the decision.
Oh, but it was a terrible ball anyway.
It was.
Wasn't it?
On that basis, we'll call it no ball.
Yeah. So, not a problem, just a 1 off the free hit. That's all the Rapids need. 7 more required off 8 balls. 10 balls, sorry.
150 is up. 150 for 3.
Be a wide it is. We've had a no ball, a free hit, and now a wide, and Naveen ul Haq's not doing his team any favours here. 6 to win. still with 4 balls to go. So Worcestershire and Whiteley 1 blow away here potentially. A decent slower ball. Three to go in this over. 6 to win. 5 rather.
Cox going to go for the fancy ramp to win it.
I wouldn't.
If you were the other end, you go down and say,
well, yeah, you just
don't.
push it around, got on the over yet. I mean, if they needed 15 to win, yeah. Kimber coming up into the edge of the circle.
Finish with a flourish.
Still only halfway through this over. Seems to have gone on forever. 5 needed. Well, they won't be perturb them too much to take it into the final over, the Rapids. You might have to get the engineers back, Joe. Seat's gone. Either that or I've got to cut down on the pies. Well, let's see. Oh, it has gone complete. Joe, don't look. Whatever you do, don't look. Anyway, nothing to see here, everybody. 5 to win. Back to the cricket, everyone. Come on. It'll be close as well to a wide. Slightly exaggerated follow through from Cox as if to emphasise the point. All I was doing was having a stretch, honestly. What are these made out of? 1 to go in this over. He's going to go into the final over.
Good job you didn't take that biscuit I offered you.
It's very true. Yes.
Oh, it feels a bit strange considering they're so near to victory. Gone very quiet.
Yep. 5 to win. Oh, that looks close. And they'll come through for another leg by. So 1 over to go. 153 for 3, and the Worcestershire Rapids will need 4 runs off the final over to close out victory here against the Leicestershire Foxes. Cox on 7, Whiteley on 6. And they were a bit sedate in that last over. They were helped out by some extras, but taking it down to the last over, and now they've got to close it out. 4 needed.
Yeah, into the last over. Ideally, when you're in the position they were in, you don't really want to take it into that final over. Gavin Griffiths is going to bowl the final over. He's gone for 33 of his 3 so far. 1 wicket. That of Brett D'Oliveira, caught on the boundary by Aaron Lilly for 69. And the score was 133. So 4 to win for the Rapids, 6 balls to get them in. Cox swings on this. Will it go away for 4? And it does. 4 to Ben Cox and seals victory, the captain this afternoon. The Rapids win by 7 wickets. Another fine performance by them to back up Friday's win by 8 wickets. Another brilliant batting display by Brett D'Oliveira. He made 69, Ricky Vessels 46, Jake Libby made 11. And Ben Cox, captain and wicketkeeper this afternoon, hit 11 from 12 to wrap up victory for the Rapids.
Yeah, for the second successive game, Ben Cox hits the winning runs. That will feel good as captain. Nicely dispatched to the mid-wicket fence. And a terrific win for the Rapids. And yes, so important to back up that performance against Durham on Friday with another win against arguably the danger team in the North Group. Despite their lowly position, the Foxes came into this game with 3 straight wins. But the Rapids have put them away by 7 wickets to go up to 4th place in the North Group and in that final qualifying spot for the quarter-final. Still a long way to go, still 5 matches still to play in the group phase, but 46 and 69 respectively for Ricky Vessels and Brett D'Oliveira. Brett D'Oliveira for the second successive match, updating a career best in this form of the game. They both were terrific. Vessels 46 off 34, 3 sixes and 1 4. D'Oliveira 69 off 53 with 8 boundaries. Libby made just 11 today, but Captain Cox and Ross Whiteley saw them home without any alarm for a thumping 7-wicket win. So the Rapids back in action next Thursday at Old Trafford against Lancashire Lightning, and then 24 hours later at the county ground against Derbyshire, before they will finish up at home here on the 9th of July with the derby against the Birmingham Bears. But a brilliant performance from Alex Kidman's side, and looking good at the moment for a quarter-final spot. Certainly very much back in the running, Sal.
Yeah, definitely. That's what they needed to do after that slight blip previously on the road, and a backup.